In this video, I will discuss some magnetism problems from previous year's question papers of IIT-JEE. This is the first question. A non-planar loop of conducting wire carrying a current I is placed as shown in the figure. Each of the straight sections of the loop is of length 2a. The magnetic field due to this loop at point P, A, 0, A points in the direction. 4 options are given. You can pause and attempt this question. So this loop can be thought of as made up of two loops. The current in this part is the sum of two currents in opposite directions, so it will add to give zero current. So the magnetic field due to this combination of two loops is same as the magnetic field produced by the loop given in the question. So the magnetic field due to this loop ABCD is in the x direction, I cap direction, that can be found by using right hand thumb rule, and the magnetic field due to this loop EFEB is in the positive z direction, that is in the k cap direction, and they are of equal magnitude because both the loops are same. So the net magnetic field at point P is due to B1 and B2. B1 is in the direction of I cap and B2 in the direction of k cap, and both are of equal magnitude, say B. So the unit vector of this vector BP is I cap plus j cap, and the magnitude of it, that is square root of 1 square plus 1 square. So I cap plus k cap by root 2. The correct option is option D. I cap plus k cap by root 2. This is the next question. A coil having n turns is wound tightly in form of a spiral with inner and outer radii as A and B respectively. When a current I passes through the coil, the magnetic field at the center is. 4 options are given. You can pause and attempt this question. So this is the spiral route. So we have to find the value of the magnetic field at the center. The value of the magnetic induction at the center of a circular coil is given as mu naught by 2r into I, where r is the radius of the coil. So here let us take a small element dr at a distance r from the center. The magnetic field due to this current flowing this small elemental length dr is mu naught by 2r into the current flowing in this elemental length, that is total number of turns n divided by b minus a, that is total number of turns per unit length, into dr. So this is the number of turns in the length dr into the current I. So this is the net current flowing through the elemental length dr. So magnetic field at the center due to the full spiral, we have to integrate this from r equal to a to b. So that's integral dr by r, that is ln r. So from this we get the magnitude of the magnetic field at the center as mu naught by 2 ni divided by b minus a into ln of b by e. Correct option is option C. This is the next question. Two particles A and B of masses ma and nb respectively and having the same charge are moving in a plane. A uniform magnetic field exists perpendicular to this plane. The speed of particles are BA and BP respectively, and the trajectories are shown in the figure. Then 4 options are given. You can pause and attempt this question. The force acting on a charged particle moving in a circular path is QV cross B, and V and B are perpendicular, so it's Q into V into B. That should be equal to the centrifugal force mv square by r. And similarly for the particle B, so dividing these two we get ma into V by mv into Vb as Ra by Rb, and radius of E is greater than radius of B, so its right hand side is greater than 1. So MAVE is greater than MBVB. Correct option is option B. and you can check other options also. Option A is not true. Option C, that need not be true. Option D is also not true. This is the next question. A long straight wire along z-axis carries a current I in negative z direction. The magnetic vector field B at a point having coordinates x, y on the plane z equal to 0 is. 4 options are given. You can pause and attempt this question. So the long straight wire is carrying current in the z direction. So x axis towards right, y axis vertically upwards. So z axis is perpendicular to the plane of paper and is coming out. So the direction of current, which is in the negative z direction, is into the plane of paper. So we can get the direction of magnetic field. It will be circular and it will be given by the right hand thumb rule. So it will be in this direction, in the clockwise direction. So let us take a point at which makes an angle theta with the x axis. So the magnetic field will have two components, bx and by. Since this point the radius vector makes an angle theta, so the theta is the angle between x axis and the radius vector. So the angle between the vertical and the tangent will also be theta. If the angle between two lines is theta, the angle between the perpendiculars is also theta. So this tangent and vertical are perpendicular to radial line and x axis. So this angle is also theta. So the x component is bx sine theta and sine theta is y by r if the coordinate of this point is x, y, and by is minus b cos theta because in the negative x direction, and cos theta is x by r. And the total magnetic is bx x cap I cap plus by y cap, that is j cap. So from this we get the net magnetic is b by r into y I cap minus x j cap, and b can be found by using Ampere's circular law, which is mu naught I by 2 pi r. So from this get the magnetic field as mu naught I by 2 pi r square into this quantity, and r square is x square plus y square. So the correct option is option E. The x component is y and j component is minus x, and the factor that's outside is mu naught I by 2 pi x square plus y square. Let's move to the next question. The magnetic field lines due to a bar magnet are correct as shown in. 4 options are given. You have to pick the correct representation of magnetic field lines. The magnetic field line will start from north pole to south pole, and the magnetic field lines form a closed loop. So inside the magnet, the magnetic field lines has to flow from south to north. So the correct option is option D. This is the next question. A particle of mass m and charge q moves with constant velocity v along positive x-axis. It enters a region containing uniform magnetic field directed along negative z direction, extending from x equal to a to x equal to b. The minimum value of v required so that the particle can just enter the region x greater than b is. You can pause and attempt this question. Here is the solution. So the xy plane is the plane of the paper and z-axis is out of the plane of paper. The magnetic field is along negative z direction, so into the plane of paper as shown here, and it extends from region x equal to a to x equal to b. The particle has a velocity v, so as it enters the region x greater than a, it will start moving in a circular path. So if the velocity is very low, then it will move like this. So if the velocity is very high, then we enter the region x equal to b and move like this. So for particular value of velocity, it will just touch this interface x equal to b and turn back. So to find the minimum velocity for which this particle will enter this region x greater than b. So the velocity corresponding to this limiting value we can find by using mv square by r equal to qvb. The force acting on a charged particle is qv cross b. Here v and b are perpendicular, so qvb. So from this we get the velocity as r into qb by m. So for this path where it's just touching this line is equal to b, radius is b minus a, so that velocity is b minus a into qb by m. So if the velocity is greater than this particular value, it will enter the region x greater than b. So the minimum velocity for which it can enter this region is this limiting velocity, that's b minus a into qb by m. So it matches with option B. Let's move to the next question. For a positively charged particle moving in a xy plane initially along x-axis, there is a sudden change in its path due to presence of electric and/or magnetic field beyond point P. The curved path is shown in xy plane and is found to be non-circular. Which of the following combinations is possible? You can pause and attempt this question. So the particle is moving in xy plane and at the point x equal to P, it suddenly starts deflecting. So there is a force acting along x-axis. There is a different force acting along y-axis definitely because it's getting curved in this direction, and there could be a force acting along the x-axis because the path need not be circular. So the electric field can be along I cap and/or j cap because that will give force in x direction and y direction, and the magnetic field along k cap will give a force in this direction, will contribute to Fy, and magnetic field can also go along I cap direction because at the point P the direction of velocity is also I cap, so magnetic field can be along k cap and I cap. So the correct option is option B. Let's move to the next question. A conducting loop carrying a current I is placed in a uniform magnetic field pointing into the plane of paper as shown. The loop will have a tendency to contract, expand, move towards positive x-axis, move towards negative x-axis. You can pause the video and attempt the question. The force acting on a current element is given as IDL cross B. So this is a circular loop. So if you take a small element here, the direction of IDL is clockwise, the direction of magnetic field is into the plane of paper. So the direction of force acting on this element is outwards, radially outwards. So if you take any element, it will be radially outward. So the loop will have a tendency to expand. So the correct option is option B.